Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the Fridge Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know as a leFhy or a leaf blower, and this one is located on the south spawn of Murovanka Encounter under the command of Targy. And we've got 3 replays to show you. Okay, game on. He's not going to stay where he is at the moment because, of course, he has to get into a firing position that enables him to get shots on the cap area, but also because he doesn't want to be meeting the enemy head-on if they come out of the Magic Forest. Now, he's got a 105mm light field howitzer capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armor with a 1.91 meters burst radius. The standard reload time is 8.92 seconds, and Targy's got 7.01. Okay, well, he's set up nicely in the bushes there. And he's waiting for the first sighting of the enemy. Our KV-1s are moving up. It's a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks. First victim's turned up and it's a T6 medium. Rounds out. Direct hit with his first shot. Actually hit the housing to the transmission. You can see there just on the left. The second shot hits near the driver, actually, in between the driver and the driver's mate. And in fact, you can see it was a direct hit, and there you go. He's out the game altogether, taken out by the KV-1. Our next target's going to be the KV-1, but it hits the ridge line. So it's difficult hitting targets that are behind a ridge line. You have to get the shell to angle over the top. And that one did. It actually landed on the drive sprocket of the KV-1 at the rear. Rounds out. That one was on the engine deck. In fact, it's very close to the Amarax. Rounds out again. Oh, now, interesting. That was a heat round, and it didn't seem to go through. In fact, it hit the turret. Rounds out. And that one did the same. In fact, that was nearer to the turret ring. Now, he's firing HE next. Lining up target. Rounds out. That's better. That's the direct hit. It stopped him in his tracks. It's blown his tracks off, actually, on one side. Fires another one in. Does the tracks again. So it resets those. And he'll just keep pummeling this guy. He's getting hit points every time. That was 82 hit points. That shot hit the turret. And the guy's fixed his tracks automatically to try and, well, using his repair kit to get out of the way. Now, we did briefly see a Stug guy Al-Salon B in that general area. And he got a direct hit on him. Even though it was a blind shot, he was just hiding behind the bushes. And we can see where one of the enemy Arty is located, because the tracer's coming out from the woods, the little cops at the back of the map. So he's hit that Stug twice, blind shots. The next one kills him. So he's got his first kill in the game. Now, Valentine anti-tank is next, but he's having to dial in. Rounds out. This should be accurate. If it lands on target, it doesn't. Goes to prove me wrong. Let it settle. That's it. Rounds out. Again, it goes long. Let it settle first. That's better. And that was a direct hit. We'll get to see where it hit. Possibly on the hull. Guys pulled back, I think. Okay, just coming out of the middle of the field. It's a VK-3001 and he takes a direct hit right away, and he's starting to receive fire from our Bishop and the Valentine anti-tank. Oh, Amarak! That one set the thing off. It hit the tank right in the middle, and the Amarak was detonated. Okay, going back to that KV-1 that we hit earlier, but we've lost sight of him temporarily. 2 tanks up on the enemy. It's a good game so far. No, lost sight. Now, there's a T1 heavy over here, and we can definitely do a lot of damage to this guy. Rounds out. Direct hit on his front for 116. He's been tracked. He's now vulnerable. Rounds out. Another one right into the side of the turret of the rear. He's a one shot. Next shot should kill him. In fact, he dies before our shell arrives. And now we're looking for the KV-1. So 2 kills so far for Targy. Rounds out again. Just goes to the right. He's still got plenty of ammo. Rounds out. directly in the side of the turret this time. That's bound to have taken out the, I think that's the gunner's position. And he's gone. That was a kill shot. It was a splash kill, but it was a blind kill at that. Okay, he thinks that there's an enemy tank behind there. There's two, actually. But they're both hiding behind the house. He fires one in. Lands next to the T-14. That was the tank that was supposed to, or was proposed to replace the Churchill when they found out that it didn't work at Dieppe. But in fact, actually, they didn't go ahead and build it because it was very much weaker than the Churchill in many respects. Okay, we're looking for the enemy Arty. There's a gorilla on their team. We can see him at the moment, just lining up the shot. He's changing course as he goes. Rounds out. Oh, so close. Very close. He tracked the guy, and let's see if he repairs his tracks. Rounds out. Nope, that missed. So I think he's on the move again. This T-14. Oh, now that wasn't so good. The T-14 just took out our Stugtai Alcyon B, and he's managed to fox targy with that shot by dodging it. In the meantime, we know that there's an enemy Arty over here. Now we can see the tracer coming out from this wood. That looks about right. Okay, can we see the tracer? It's not showing so well. I'm wondering if he's moved position. Oh, no, I think the tracer is actually slightly lower. I wonder if he's still there. There, he is still there, but he's just a bit lower. Bit closer. Bit closer. You're looking too far forward. And a cruiser Mark IV's just been killed. And so's the enemy VP. He's been wiped out. We can see the wreck. I'm not sure Targy can see the wreck. Oh, we can now. Yep, he has been taken out. There's only 3 enemies remaining. A Stugtai Alcyon B, a gorilla, and a T-14. And that was the end of our Valentine AT as the gorilla got him. They've lost their Stug, which means now it's only the gorilla and the T-14. There's the T-14, rounds out. When he had to move to dodge the shot, he knew the shot was inbound, so he had to move and he got spotted. Rounds out. Just missed him. Let it settle before you shoot. Okay, now, rounds out. Just short. Give it another go. Let it settle first. He's got 1 round of HE left. Then he's on to the high explosive anti-tank, the heat rounds. Well, now he's firing heat. So it should be a lot quicker to kill this thing if he can get direct hits. But it's now much more expensive. Of course, he's running low on ammo. Well, he fires that one when he stopped. And so that made a hole in the ground. Okay. And the T-14's gone, which now means the only remaining enemy is the gorilla. And he's over in the corner and the KV-1's about to get him. And rather than waste the shell, I think that Targy said, okay, you can have it. And that is the end of the game. Well, this replay was from 4 weeks ago, but Targy managed to get a first-class tanker in the VP. He also got a demolition expert for blowing up one of the enemy tanks. That was the VK3001H. Got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12, or is that 13? Sometimes my glasses let me down. That's 13. And he also got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate from that battle, 6,393, super unicum, and a lot more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, yes, he got the highest damage with 2,381 hit points of damage. He was the only player to get over 2,000 hit points in the game. The next highest scorer being the enemy PP, who managed 1,925, followed by their T-14 with 1,512. When it came to kills, he actually had 2nd place with the VK3001H on his own team. The top scorer was the T-14 with 4 kills, and he got 3 kills with the VK. And when it came to base XP, it goes to Targy. Yes, 1,043. He's the only player to go over 1,000 in this game. Next highest scorer was the T14 on the enemy team with 782, followed by the KV1 on his own team, who actually picked up a steel wall and 709 base experience points out of that one. So at least he got the top in 2 and missed out on the number of kills. He fired 44 rounds and he only had 6 rounds left, and they were all heat rounds as well, which made it a bit of a problem really, because every shot he fired was becoming much more expensive. 18 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot and 24 splash. Damage of 2,381, all of it at more than 300 meters. I suspect the penetrating shot was the VK3001H. Yes, it was. It went right through, blew up the ammo rack at the same time. So good shot, that one. And he also managed to get 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 84 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 78,162 credits profit on that game. He did get a 65,000 mission completion bonus, 25 bonds for another mission completion, and 3,755 experience points altogether. So the first replay is a victory with a first class, a high caliber, and a Confederate. Let's have a look at his second replay. The second replay is on the Glacier map and we're on the northeast spawn. Game on. Okay, he's trying to make up his mind which way to go. Now, I think he's decided he's going to go into this corner. It means that he can't fire over the entire range of the map, but it does mean that he can fire accurately at the spots where he needs to fire. In fact, he's actually increasing his range by getting height. In fact, he's going all the way up to the top. Let's see if he can get the extra range that he needs. I don't think it really does mean that he will have enough, but it certainly means he will have a good view of the battlefield at least. Okay. King of the battlefield. He's ready to go. Well, I think we just saw the tracer for one of the enemy Artys firing towards the center of the map. Okay, we briefly saw enemy tank, a T14. He's landed in another tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it. And he's trying to line up a shot on that T14 as he makes his way over. Okay. Now he's still moving, stopping every now and then to shoot. Okay, well, he's going to have to lead this target, or at least aim ahead of his path to get a shot. That's better. In fact, it was a heat round, and it did penetrate. 322, which is a low roll. He fires another one in. Unfortunately, that one just makes a hole in the ground. Now, a heat round might be wasted on the tank we just saw going through the field of fire, which is a Covenanter. But I wonder if he's going to... No, he's decided to fire it anyway, and he's reloading with a HE round. If that had hit the M8A1, it probably would have wiped him out with just one shot. Mind you, it would have done the same to the Covenanter for that matter. Oh, that was fairly good, that one, because he lined up the shot ahead of his path. It just didn't go through the path as exactly as he hoped. Well, he might be able to get a shot on this M81 if he stays still, but he's moving about to try and throw a shot off. Okay. Waiting for the guy to stop moving. No. He needs to be a little more careful on the shots at the moment. In fact, he's got 2 tanks, but he's got a red line there, so he can't shoot at that one without it hitting some obstruction, probably on the Glacier. That T1 heavy of our team is actually fighting that one out on his own, really, because he doesn't have much in the way of support. But looking to the south, we can see there are some enemy tanks there we can hit, including an SU-85, a Stuttgart G, and an M4A1. So he's fired a round in, narrowly missing the SU-85. Now, he could do these guys with heat rounds. No, that was well too wild. Again, he keeps changing the view because of the overhang. That's causing a bit of a problem aiming. Rounds out in the SU-85. Just misses him, but he did get some splash that time. Now, let it settle before you shoot, because you're not dialing in fully, but he doesn't need to worry because the SU-85 went down to our T6 medium. Now, let it settle before you shoot. Wasn't fully dialed in. Got it close, but not fully dialed in. You need to let it settle before you shoot. That's a bit better, but it actually just struck the sides of it, hit the tracks. He keeps adjusting the aim, and of course that's going to throw the shell off. It's just making it worse. Okay, dial in on this particular spot, wait for it to be spotted, or work out where he is. Now the Stug's moved forward, and I think he's still looking for that Matilda. He's found him, but he's not. Now he's aiming. Right, let's see if this works. Yes! It does work. If you let it settle and you hold the aim steady, you will get accurate shots. Now that's going to hit the overhang. So he's adjusting to hit the Matilda. And it looks right. And that was a direct hit with a heat round. So that probably did go through the Matilda. He can't get a shot on the Stug because of the overhang. But he can certainly hit this Matilda. And he does! Oh, a big penetrating shot. 428. That's a high roll. Rounds out again. And that one wipes him out. So 2 penetrating shots on the Matilda, and he gets a kill off that one. Yes, he wasn't holding it steady, but he got it right eventually. And once he did get it right, it was a beautiful kill. Okay, now Matilda, let it settle. Rounds out. He moves just a bit. In fact, he's now adjusting his aim just to look and see what the target's doing after he shoots. Rounds out. Just misses him again. Let it settle. It's not fully dialed in. That's better. And he gets a kill shot again, and I think that was another penetrating shot on the Matilda. Now this T6 medium can certainly do with an HE round, but I think he's still... Yes, he's got the HE now because, of course, he's run out of heat. But he'll give it a go with the HE. Now, you can see he's moving about and adjusting constantly. And he fired and then looks away. And again, don't do that because it ruins the replay if we can't see what you're shooting at. We lost the M10 RBFM. And again, he keeps adjusting his aim after... He dials in on the target, then adjusts his aim, and of course then he misses the target because he adjusted it and it wasn't fully dialed in. Fires another one at long range, maximum range. Oh, and he got him! He got him! That must have wiped out the crew. And now he's going for the T6, and that's a beautiful kill shot. Fully dialed in, absolutely bang on target. No worries about that shot. So he's got 4 kills now, Targy. He's certainly picking up kills. Rounds out in the T6. Don't worry about that one. That was a splash. He tracked the guy as well. So he's burned his repair kit. Now he fired a quick snap shot in there. That didn't hit the target. There's only 3 enemies left. They've got an Arty, which happens to be another Fifi, a T6 medium, and the Stug dry. The Stug is up on the ring road. And the T6 is... There's the Stug. And, oh, our M8A1 had no problem taking him out. Now, the enemy Arty is supposedly up on the heights up here, but we're outside maximum range, so we can't shoot that target. Yes, we can see him. We can't shoot him. He's outside the range. We're too high. Now, we suspect that the enemy T6 medium is somewhere behind that rock. Just can't see him at the moment. And that's it. Game over. I was so focused on the Fifi that I missed the fact that they had actually taken out the T6 medium in the end. He did get a third-class tanker out of that game, fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10, and his win rate from that game 3,836, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in this one because that went to the T1 Heavy on our team. Picked up a cool-headed, high-caliber, top gun, and the steel wall for 2,639 hit points. Second highest damage definitely went to targy with 1,442, and the third highest damage went to the enemy VP with 1,175. When it came to kills, it was the T1 Heavy. He got the top gun, 6 kills for him. 4 kills went to targy, and 2 kills went to the Covenanter, the Stug and the T6 Medium on the enemy team. The T6 Medium managed to get a Leather Slaves medal for killing enemy tanks or tank destroyers at least one tier higher than his own. And when it came to base XP, he's in second place because the T1 Heavy managed 1,301, targy managed 670, third place went to the M10 RBFM with 583. The ELC managed to patrol duty in that one as well for spotting 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. He fired 31 shots in this one, so a few more rounds. 9 direct hits on the enemy, 6 penetrating shots. Yes, that heat ammunition actually was quite effective. Let's have a quick look and see which ones he did penetrate. Well, he penetrated the Matilda twice. Yes, he got a big one the first time, and the second one that killed the guy actually was a little smaller on the actual damage it did, but it did go through the armor. The M41 HMC was a penetrating shot, and I believe that he did penetrate one of the other Matildas as well. And I think, yes, he did penetrate the T6 Medium as well, but not the other one. He didn't get the other guy. That was the one that we missed the kill on or didn't see it. He also got 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and he actually earned a loss of 7,620 credits from that game. That was entirely down to the ammunition. He fired all his heat rounds. They are expensive, so that's why it cost him. But he certainly got the hit points anyway. He got bonds as well, 25 bonds for mission achievement, and 2,412 experience points out of it as well. So he has sent us in a third replay. So let's have a look at that one. On the third replay, this time targy is on the south spawn of Abbey. Well, this one is a tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks in it, so it's going to be a little more difficult, but not much more difficult because, of course, this little Arty is very much up to it in any tier of game that it goes into. Well, I'd say some people fear, or some non-Arty players fear that eventually you'll actually see this one in higher tier games because they hate getting hit by this little Arty because of the fact that it can actually really pester the enemy. Okay, he's picked a spot on the lake road, which is the river road, which is actually quite unusual. Oh, the first shot he gets in gets a direct hit on one of the enemy tanks, an M10 RBFM who's hiding behind there, and he's out the game. So look at that. He's got his first kill right at the start of the game, and he's frightened that Stug into pulling back, and he's just whacked a penetrating shot on the AMX CLC, and now he's going for the Stug high. Come on, you can do it. You can get this one. He's sitting there at this moment. He's thinking, he's not going to get me. Okay, he's changed his target this time. He wants to get the T-3485. It's a good start to the game. Okay, let's see what he can do. Rounds out. Direct hit right on the front of the vehicle. 42 hit points. Probably took out the gunner. He's on that side of the turret. Okay, well, he's not a happy one because he's been hit rather early in the game. But look at this. He can actually shoot into the other channel. And he's found a VK3001H and a T-3485. He's taking on the T-34. Gets a direct hit. 86 hit points. Now he's going for the VK3001. And we can see where the enemy Arty is. And we just hit the VK3001. A blind hit. And we can now see where the enemy Arty is hiding. It's behind these tree line here. Now, can we get a shot on target? We're just waiting for sign of the tracer. He's marked it where he thinks it is. We're waiting to see the reciprocal tracer coming out of there. I have the feeling the enemy Arty might have moved after seeing the tracers coming in his direction. Okay, T-34 shielded. Rounds out. Direct hit. Oh, and it's a kill shot because the Staghound managed to get the kill afterwards. And we've just seen the enemy M44 near their cap area. Just a bit advanced or a bit too far. But the M44's got stuck. I think he's stuck. He's managed to find a spot where he's actually in danger. And there's the gorilla. Now he fired in at that guy. The gorilla's gone down. But I have the feeling that M44 is still there. And we've got the river road, so we can actually move forward now to get shots. But no, you're not going to do it that way. In fact, you might actually flip yourself if you're not careful. I've seen people do that. The M44 is about to get wiped out. And the enemy is starting to threaten our cap area. But not for long, because if targy managed to get himself in position, he can shoot over this rock to his left and shoot at the enemy tanks trying to take our cap. And he's found the BDR G1B, but that's a difficult shot. It'd be much easier if he'd actually fire at the ones trying to attack his cap area. Now he can't get a shot on that M6. It's just in the overhang. It's a difficult shot if he does get it. Just misses it. Now the enemy's capping. That might get his attention. But the only thing... Oh, no, they've just killed the enemy staghound that was at our cap. Now we're firing at the BDR. Just misses him. There's only 2 enemies left. The ones at our cap have been wiped out. Can he get a hit? Just tracks him. So he'll get damage assist if this guy takes damage right now. Rounds out. This could be an accurate shot. Yes, it is. 111. He doesn't have a whole lot of damage this game, but that's mainly down to the fact he got some very early hits. And of course some blind hits, remember. Okay, now just needs to adjust his aim. There's only 2 enemy heavies left. The M6 and this BDR. He gets a tracking shot and some damage on the engine bay. He does it again. Just to the other side of him. He's a one-shot. Next shot will kill that guy. For sure of it. No, that's aimed a bit short. Oh, it wasn't! It was bang on target! Oh, ye of little faith. And now he's going to go for the M6. Everybody's piling on in. They're all shouting, mine, mine, mine. Rounds are flying through the air. And it's all over. The staghound shot him up the rear. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tanker for Targy in the Fifi. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly. And he also got a Confederate as well, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate from this one, 4,817. Excuse me. He managed to get the 3rd highest damage in the game because the high caliber actually went to the M6 on the enemy team with 2,063 hit points of damage. Second highest was the T-3485M with 2,059. Well, just 4 hit points in it for both of them. And he got a Confederate. And then we've got Targy getting 2,040 hit points of damage. And he, of course, got a Confederate as well. When it came to kills, we can see that he actually got joint second because the Stackhound, the AMX ELC on his own team, and the M6 on the enemy team all managed 3 kills apiece. And Targy got 2 kills alongside the M10 RBFM and the Giro, as well as the T-3485M on the enemy team. And we can also see that the AMX ELC on our team managed to get both Arty kills. They got the Pascucci's, and the other Fifi, obviously that's Targy. Then we've got the T-3485 managed Confederate, and the 25 TP managed an Invader. So he was capping at the same time. They did cap out, but they also killed the M6, so they benefited from the bonus as well. Let's have a look at detail. We didn't go through base XP, did we? Okay, let's go through base XP. Highest scorer was the T-3485M, 898 went to him. Second place went to Targy with 775, and the third place went to the AMX ELC with 760. Targy fired 25 rounds in the game, got 11 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 11 splash. Damage of 2,040 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Let's have a quick check and see which ones he managed to penetrate. Well, I think he penetrated one of the enemy tanks that was next to the water. Was that the M10? Yes, 365 hit points on him. The next one he took out was the AMX ELC with a direct hit for 441, and he didn't actually get the kill on that guy, but he did get a very big hit, and then the ELC went down virtually immediately afterwards. And let's see, did he penetrate the... Yes, he penetrated the VK3001H as well with a penetrating shot for 388. So well done on all of those. On a premium, well, actually, he hit damage later the enemy, killed 2, did 108 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 96,957 credits profit, but he did get a mission completion bonus of 50,000. And on the XP, he earned 3,371, but no bonus out of that one. None at all. Well, he got 500 free XP, not any actual XP out of the game. So he did well on the free XP, we can say. So it's 3 replays in a row, all separated by a couple of weeks, I must admit. But yes, Targy does enjoy his 105 leFH18B2, as I think a lot of dedicated Arty players do, because it is actually a lot of fun to play. We got this one on the Abbey, that one on the Glacier, where he was king of the mountain, but just a little too far away to collect those last couple of kills. Then also this big one on Murovanka, where he managed to pick up a demolition expert on the VK3001H, and of course that high caliber and Confederate as well in the same battle. Hope you enjoyed all those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.